Welcome to the Madison Miller Podcast. Today is Monday, March 6, 2023. Big weekend to cover. College basketball, NBA, NHL, baseball, spring training, soccer, golf, NASCAR. I'm going to do my picks for the World Baseball Classic on the show today. News and notes and best bet. College basketball will be first. We'll go over the results from the weekend of note and look ahead to a small window for tonight. So Friday results of note. Big South quarterfinal, UNC Asheville over Charleston, 75-66. MVC quarterfinal, Bradley over Northern Iowa, 72-66. CAA first round, Monmouth over Hampton, 164. Big South quarterfinal, SC Upstate over Gardner-Webb, 77-76. MVC quarterfinal, Indiana State over Belmont, 94-91. SoCon first round, Mercer over the Citadel, 66-41. Campbell over Longwood, 81-68. Summit League first round, North Dakota over Denver, 83-68. MVC quarterfinal, Drake over Murray State, 74-62. SoCon first round, VMI over Chattanooga, 92-72. OVC semifinal, Southeast Missouri State over Morehead State, 65-58. Big South quarterfinal, Radford over Winthrop, 78-69. West Coast Conference second round, BYU over Portland, 82-71. Summit League first round, Omaha over Kansas City, 73-61. MVC quarterfinal, Southern Illinois over Missouri State, 54-51. OVC semifinal, Tennessee Tech over Tennessee Martin, 78-63. And WCC second round, San Francisco over Pacific, 80-63. Saturday results of note. Number 24, Texas A&M over number 2, Alabama, 67-61. Iowa State over number 7, Baylor, 73-58. Seton Hall over number 20, Providence, 82-58. SoCon quarterfinal, Furman over Mercer, 73-58. CAA second round, William & Mary over Elon, 73-51. Big South semifinal, UNC Asheville over SC Upstate, 66-62. Michigan State over Ohio State, 84-78. Sun Belt quarterfinal, South Alabama over Southern Miss, 78-61. America East quarterfinal, New Hampshire over Bryant, 67-60. South Carolina over Georgia, 61-55. Number 6, Marquette over St. John's, 96-94. West Virginia over number 11, Kansas State, 89-81. Auburn over number 12, Tennessee, 79-70. Number 13, Virginia over Louisville, 75-60. Number 23, Kentucky over Arkansas, 88-79. SoCon quarterfinal, Western Carolina over East Tennessee State, 69-57. CAA second round, Drexel over Monmouth, 64-45. Campbell over Radford, 72-71. The Big South semifinal, Georgia Tech over BC, 73-65. Oklahoma number 22, TCU, 74-60. Sun Belt quarterfinal, James Madison over Troy, 75-72. MVC semifinal, Bradley over Indiana State, 71-70. Missouri over Ole Miss, 82-77. Number 9, Texas over number 3, Kansas, 75-59. America East quarterfinal, USL over Maine, 85-54. Oregon over Stanford, 73-68. Vatech over Florida State, 82-60. Syracuse over Wake, 72-63. UNLV over Nevada, 69-67. In overtime, Colorado over Utah, 69-60. Number 16, Miami over number 25, Pitt, 78-76. Sunbelt quarterfinal, Texas State over Marshall, 71-68. That was Sunbelt quarterfinal. SoCon quarterfinal, Chattanooga over Stanford, 85-82. NEC semifinal, Merrimack over Sacred Heart, 71-60. MVC semifinal, Drake over Southern Illinois, 65-52. CAA second round, Stony Brook over NCAT, 76-61. Oklahoma State over Texas Tech, 71-68. Florida over LSU, 79-67. Duke over Carolina, 62-57. Number 19, Xavier over Butler, 78-66. America East quarterfinal, Binghamton over UMBC, 67-65. AC America East quarterfinal, Vermont over NJIT, 84-57. Summit League quarterfinal, Oral Roberts over North Dakota, 96-80. Number 14, UConn over Villanova, 71-59. Big Sky first round, Northern Arizona over Idaho, 87-76. OVC final, Southeast Missouri State over Tennessee Tech, 89-82 in overtime. So Southeast Missouri State to the tournament. NEC semifinal, Fairleigh Dickinson over St. Fran, PA, 70-50. Fairleigh Dickinson to the tournament because Merrimack won its game. They're ineligible. Oregon State over Cal, 69-66. Clemson over Notre Dame, 87-64. Sunbelt quarterfinal, Louisiana over Georgia Southern, 67-49. SoCon quarterfinal, Wofford over UNC Greensboro, 67-66. Colonial second round, Delaware over Northeastern, 77-74 in overtime. Vandy over Mississippi State, 77-72. Creighton over DePaul, 84-70. Utah State over Boise State, 86-73. Summit League quarterfinal, South Dakota State over Omaha, 63-55. Number 4, UCLA over number 8, Arizona, 82-73. Number 18, San Diego State over Wyoming, 67-50. Big Sky first round, Northern Colorado over Portland State, 84-80. WCC quarterfinal, BYU over Loyola Marymount, 73-63. USC over Arizona State, 68-65. WCC quarterfinal, San Francisco over Santa Clara, 93-87 in double overtime. Sunday results of note. Number 1, Houston over Memphis, 67-65 on a buzzer beater shot by Jamal Sheed. Penn State over number 21, Maryland, 65-64 on a buzzer beater by Cameron Winter. CAA quarterfinal, Hofstra over William & Mary, 94-46. Number 5, Purdue over Illinois, 76-71. Big South final, UNC Asheville over Campbell, 77-73. So Asheville to the dance. Patriot League semifinal, Colgate over Army, 91-74. MVC final, Drake over Bradley, 77-51. So Drake to the dance. Nebraska over Iowa, 81-77. Colonial quarterfinal, UNC Wilmington over Drexel, 73-68. ASUN final, Kennesaw State over Liberty, 67-66. So Kennesaw to the dance. SoCon semifinal, Furman over Western Carolina, 83-80 in overtime. Patriot League semifinal, Lafayette over American, 84-76 in double overtime. Number 15, Indiana over Michigan, 75-73 in overtime. Southland first round, McNeese over A&M Commerce, 79-78. Sunbelt semifinal, South Alabama over James Madison, 75-66. CAA quarterfinal, Charleston over Stony Brook, 74-52. Summit League quarterfinal, St. Thomas over Western Illinois, 67-60. SoCon semifinal, Chattanooga over Wofford, 74-62. Big Sky second round, Northern Arizona over Eastern Washington, 81-80. Northwestern over Rutgers, 65-53. Wisconsin over Minnesota, 71-67. Southland first round, New Orleans over Houston Christian, 90-69. Sunbelt semifinal, Louisiana over Texas State, 64-58. Towson over Delaware, 86-60. CAA quarterfinal, Summit League quarterfinal, North Dakota State over South Dakota, 70-68. And Big Sky second round, Montana State over Northern Colorado, 84-73. All right, small window tonight, all postseason games, so no more regular season games. So, 6 o'clock, Southland second round, McNeese Nichols. My line's Nichols, 8.8, total 145 and 19/20. And it is 5.5 and 144.5. I'll lay with Nichols. CBS Sports Network, CAA semifinal. UNC Wilmington Hofstra. My line's Hofstra 3.7, total 137 and 3/4, and 7.5 and 134.5. Give me Wilmington again, the points. That's a lot of points for Hofstra. 7 o'clock, ESPN 2, Sunbelt Final, South Alabama, Louisiana. Mine's Louisiana by 8, total 140 and 19/20. And it's 1.5 and 141.5. Whoo, I'm laying it with Louisiana. Summit League semifinal, St. Thomas to Oral Roberts. My line's Oral Roberts 14.3, total 148 and 7/20. And it's 11.5 and 156.5. Under. ESPN, SoCon Final, Chattanooga Furman. My line is Furman 9.7, total 149 and 19/20. And it's 5.5 and 152.5. I'm going to lay the points of Furman. ESPNU, Horizon League semifinal, Northern Kentucky, Youngstown State. My line's Youngstown, 0.3, total 143 and 1/5. And it's 3.5 and 136.5. Over. 7:30, Big Sky quarterfinal, Idaho State, Montana. My line's Montana 13.5, total 138.5. And it's 4.5 and 131.5. Woo! 7-point edge on the over and a 9-point edge on Montana. So the pick's Montana. 8:30, Southland second round, New Orleans, Southeast Louisiana. My line is Southeast Louisiana 5.5, total 152 and 7/10. And it's 5.5 and 155.5 under. CBS Sports Network, CAA semifinal, Towson, Charleston. My line is Charleston 4.2, total 143 and 7/20, and it's 4.5 and 149.5. I'll take the under. 9 o'clock, ESPN, BYU, number 17, St. Mary's, West Coast Conference semifinal. My line is St. Mary's by 8, total 137 and 2/5, and it's 7.5 and 130.5. Over. North Dakota State, South Dakota State, 9:30, Summit League semifinal. My line is South Dakota State 4.5, total 142 and 3/5. It's 3.5 and 140.5. Over. Cleveland State, Milwaukee on ESPN2. Horizon semifinal. My line is Cleveland State, 0.3, total 145 and 3/5. And it's 2.5 and 147.5. So for this one, we're going to go take Milwaukee plus the points. 10 o'clock, Big Sky quarterfinal, Sac State, Weber State. My line is Weber State 5.7, total 135. It's 1.5 and 126.5. I'll take the over. And 11:30, ESPN2, WCC semifinal, San Francisco at number 10, Gonzaga. My line's Gonzaga by 10, total 155 and 7/20, and it's 14.5 and 160.5. Whew. We'll take the under. All right, NBA. We'll go over the results from the weekend, and we will look ahead to the games being played tonight. All right, Friday. Magic over the Hornets, 117-106. Hawks over the Blazers, 129-111. Nets over the Celtics, 115-105. Knicks over the Heat, 122-120. Suns over the Bulls, 125-104. Thunder over the Jazz, 130-103. Nuggets over the Grizzlies, 113-97. Warriors over the Pelicans, 108-99. Kings over the Clippers, 138-127. And the Timberwolves over the Lakers, 102. Saturday, Raptors over the Wizards, 116-109 in overtime. Cavs over the Pistons, 114-90. Heat over the Hawks, 117-109. Rockets over the Spurs, 122-110. Sixers over the Bucks, 133-130. Timberwolves over the Kings, 138-134. Sunday, Suns over the Mavs, 130-126. Pacers over the Bulls, 125-122. Lakers over the Warriors, 113-105. Nets over the Hornets, 102-86. Trailblazers over the Magic, 122-119. Rockets over the Spurs, 142-110. Knicks over the Celtics, 131-129. Thunder over the Jazz, 129-119. Bucks over the Wizards, 117-111. And the Clippers over the Grizzlies, 135-129. That was the weirdest game of last night, for sure. All right, 6 games tonight. 7 o'clock, you have the Celtics and the Cavs. I project in this game the Cavaliers by 1 3/4, total 224 and a quarter. And it's 6 and 218.5. 6 is high, especially, I know the Celtics have slid a little bit. But the over still has a larger edge. Sixers, Pacers. Mine is the Sixers by 3.5, total 228 and 4/5. And it's 6.5 and 234.5. Give me the under. Blazers, Pistons. My line is Blazers by 3, total 230 and 13/20. And it's 6 and 230. Give me the Pistons getting the points. 7:30 NBA TV, Hawks Heat. My line is the Heat by 3 and 3/4, total 225 and 2/5. And it's 3 and 229.5 under. Surprised that that's high for a Heat game. 9 o'clock, Raptors Nuggets. My line is Denver 9 and 3/4, total 227 and 3/20, and it's 6 and 229. I'm gonna lay to 6 with Denver. And 10 o'clock, NBA TV, Pelicans Kings. My line is the Kings by 10 1/4, total 233 and 3/5, and it's 5.5 and 237. So it's like 3.4 on the under, and like 4 3/4 on the Kings. So I'm going to lay the 5.5 with the Sacramento Kings. All right, now move on to hockey. We'll go over the results from the weekend and look ahead to tonight's games. Friday, Kraken over the Blue Jackets 4-2. Oilers over the Jets 6-3. Canes over the Coyotes 6-1. Ducks over the Habs 3-2. Golden Knights over the Devils 4-3 shootout. Saturday, Islanders over the Red Wings 4-1. Bruins over the Rangers 4-2. Sabres over the Lightning 5-3. Stars over the Avs 7-3. Panthers over the Pens 4-1. Caps over the Sharks 8-3. Sens over the Blue Jackets 5-2. Canucks over the Leafs 4-1. Jets over the Oilers 7-5. Preds over the Blackhawks 3-1. Wild over the Flames 3-0. Kings over the Blues 4-2. Sunday, Canes over the Lightning 6-0. Flyers over the Red Wings 3-1. Golden Knights over the Habs 4-3. Devils over the Coyotes 5-4 in OT. Kraken over the Habs 3-2 in OT. 6 games tonight, 7:30, ESPN Plus and Hulu. Oilers, Sabres. We have McDavid against Tage Thompson and company. Oilers minus 162, Sabres plus 134, over under 7.5. That's the highest total I've ever seen. Overs plus 110, unders minus 134. Oilers minus 1.5 is plus 136. Sabres plus 1.5 is minus 168. I think the Sabres can win this game, so give me Buffalo plus 134. Sharks, Jets. Jets minus 235, Sharks plus 190, over under 6, overs minus 120, unders minus 102. Sharks plus 1.5 is minus 130, Jets minus 1.5 is plus 106. For this one, I'm going to go with first period result. Jets plus 124. 8:30, Flames, Stars. Stars minus 132, Flames plus 110, over under 6, overs minus 102, unders minus 120. Flames plus 1.5 is minus 230, Stars minus 1.5 is plus 24. I like the over. 9 o'clock, Sens, Blackhawks. Sens minus 285, Blackhawks plus 230, over under 6.5, overs minus 105, unders minus 115. Sens minus 1.5 is minus 104, Blackhawks plus 1.5 is minus 105. The Senators shouldn't be almost 3-1 favorites against anybody. Give me the Blackhawks plus 1.5 at minus 105 to stay within just in case. Capitals, Kings. Kings minus 156, Caps plus 130, over under 6.5, overs minus 104, unders minus 118. Caps plus 1.5 is minus 194, Kings minus 1.5 is plus 156. This is an interesting one. If Phoenix Copley starts a net, that's against his old organization. So that's a fun little subplot for this game. But as a pick, I like the over. And then last but not least, Preds, Canucks. Preds minus 108, Canucks minus 111, over under 6.5, overs even money, unders minus 122. Preds plus 1.5 is minus 265, Canucks minus 1.5 is plus 210. I'm going with the over in that one too at even money. All right, spring training. We'll look at the results from the weekend, and we will look ahead to the games being played today. Friday, Tigers over the Yankees 5-3. Astros over the Braves 11-8. Red Sox over the Twins 9-4. Cards over the Marlins 8-3. Tigers over the Phillies 6-3. Jays over the Rays 7-6. Nats over the Mets 11-6. White Sox over the Reds 6-4. Giants over the Rockies 3-2. Royals over the A's 6-4. Guardians over the Brewers 7-4. Rangers over the Giants 11-7. Dodgers Angels 2-2 tie. Mariners over the D-backs 6-3. Pirates Orioles 1-1 tie. Cubs over the Padres 4-0. Saturday, Rays over the Yankees 14-10. Braves over the Orioles 3-2. Astros Red Sox 4-4 tie. Braves over the Twins 7-5. Cards over the Nats 9-6. Phils over the Pirates 4-3. Blue Jays over the Tigers 18-5. Mets over the Marlins 15-4. Cubs over the Angels 2-0. D-backs over the Giants 9-5. Guardians Athletics 4-4 tie. Royals over the Reds 12-6. White Sox over the Rangers 5-4. Rockies over the Mariners 7-1. Padres over the Diamondbacks 5-4. Brewers over the Giants 14-2. Reds over the A's 10-9. Dodgers over the Royals 7-6. Sunday, Yankees over the Braves 10-6. Orioles over the Rays 5-2. Twins over the Tigers 6-2. Red Sox over the Marlins 4-1. Pirates over the Twins 5-2. Mets over the Cardinals 7-1. Astros over the Nats 6-2. Blue Jays over the Phils 16-4. Rangers over the A's or Angels 7-5. D-backs over the Guardians 6-4. Dodgers over the White Sox 8-4. Royals over the Giants 5-1. Cubs over the Rockies 6-5. Angels over the Reds 8-5. Mariners over the Brewers 6-1. Padres over the A's 10-3. And Reds over the A's 12-4 in the split squad for Oakland. All right, today's schedule: 1 o'clock Tigers, Red Sox, Astros, Cardinals, Marlins, Rays, Phils, Orioles, 3 o'clock D-backs, Royals, Padres, Dodgers, Cubs, Mariners, Guardians, Angels, Rangers, Rockies, 6:30 Pirates, Yankees, 8 o'clock Rockies, Reds. So the Rockies have a split squad today. All right, soccer. We'll go over all the results from the weekend. And look ahead to everything going on. We'll start with Major League Soccer. Saturday, LAFC over Portland 3-2. Atlanta, Toronto 1-1 draw. Columbus over DC United 2-0. Miami over Philadelphia 2-0. That's an upset. New England over Houston 3-0. Red Bulls Nashville 0-0 draw. Orlando Cincinnati 0-0 draw. Austin over CF Montreal 1-0. Chicago NYCFC 1-1 draw. Dallas over the Galaxy 3-1. Charlotte loses to St. Louis 3-1. So St. Louis expansion team 2-0. Colorado KC 0-0 draw. San Jose over Vancouver 2-1. Seattle over Salt Lake 2-0. Alrighty. So we'll start with La Liga. Friday, Real Sociedad Cadiz 0-0 draw. Saturday, Getafe over Girona 3-2. Villarreal over Almeria 2-0. Elche over Mallorca 1-0. And Atletico over Sevilla 6-1. Sunday, Valladolid over Espanyol 2-1. Barcelona over Valencia 1-0. Rayo Athletic 0-0 draw. Betis Real Madrid 0-0 draw. And then yesterday, Osasuna. Or I'm sorry, I just went over yesterday. So today we have 3 o'clock, Osasuna and Celta Vigo. Interesting match. Osasuna's plus 170, Celta Vigo's plus 180, draw plus 195. Osasuna's been hot. I'm going to take them at plus 170. English Premier League. Saturday, Man City over Newcastle 2-0. Arsenal over Bournemouth 3-2. Aston Villa over Crystal Palace 1-0. Brighton over West Ham 4-0. Chelsea over Leeds 1-0. Wolves over Tottenham 1-0. And Southampton over Leicester 1-0. Sunday, Nottingham Forest Everton 2-2 draw. And Liverpool over Man United 7-0. And then today at 3 o'clock, you have Brentford and Fulham. Brentford's even money. Fulham's plus 280, draw plus 250. I kind of like how Fulham has played of late. Where things stand right now, they are in 7th in the table. Brentford is 9th. I do like the draw plus 250 here. Bundesliga. Friday, Dortmund over RB Leipzig 2-1. Saturday, Union Berlin Cologne 0-0 draw. Gladbach Freiburg 0-0 draw. Augsburg over Bremen 2-1. Mainz over Hoffenheim 1-0. Schalke over Bochum 2-0. And Bayern over Stuttgart 2-1. And then yesterday, Leverkusen over Hertha 4-1. And Wolfsburg Frankfurt 2-2 draw. Serie A. Friday, Lazio over Napoli 1-0. Saturday, Monza over Empoli 2-1. Atalanta Udinese 0-0 draw. And Fiorentina over Milan 2-1. And then Sunday, Spezia Verona 0-0 draw. Sampdoria Salernitana 0-0 draw. Inter Milan Lecce 2-0. Inter Milan wins. And AS Roma over Juventus 1-0. All right, 2 games today. Sassuolo and Cremonese. Sassuolo minus 120, Cremonese plus 310, draw plus 250. I'm going to go with over 2.5 goals at even money. And 245, Torino and Bologna. Torino plus 130, Bologna plus 250, draw plus 190. Bologna has been playing good soccer lately. I don't like how Torino has played. So give me Bologna plus 250 over Torino. League One. Friday, Nice and Auxerre 1-1 draw. Saturday, Lens Lille 1-1 draw. PSG over Nantes 4-2. And then yesterday, Troyes Monaco 2-2 draw. Montpellier over Angers 5-0. Reims over AC Ajaccio 1-0. Brest over Strasbourg 1-0. Clermont Foot over Toulouse 1-0. Lyon Laurent 0-0 draw. And Marseille over Rennes 1-0. The Women's Super League. Results from yesterday. Man United over Leicester 5-1. Aston Villa over Everton 2-0. Man City over Tottenham 3-1. And Reading over West Ham 2-1. This was the Women's Super League. The Dutch League. Friday, Fortuna over FC Utrecht 2-1. AZ Alkmaar over Vitesse 1-0. Saturday, FC Volendam over Emmen 3-1. Feyenoord over FC Groningen 1-0. And FC Twente and Heerenveen 3-3 draw. And then yesterday, Sparta over Glacier 4-1. PSV over RKC 1-0. Ajax over NEC 1-0. And Camber over Go Ahead Eagles 4-1. And then the Mexican Liga. Mazatlán over Cruz Azul 3-1. Tigres over Necaxa 1-0. And Tijuana Atlas 1-1 draw. Saturday, Leon over Athletic San Luis 2-0. Pachuca over America 3-0. Monterrey over Juarez 3-0. And Guadalajara over Santos 2-0. Sunday, Puebla over UNAM 4-2. And Querétaro over Toluca 1-0. So there was a lot of soccer that had to be discussed. So tomorrow we have UEFA. We have the CONCACAF Champions League that begins tomorrow with the MLS teams in it, which is going to be awesome. So a lot of soccer is going to be discussed on the podcast tomorrow. All right, now we're going to go over results from the weekend's golf events. We'll start with the Arnold Palmer Classic. And your winner with a score of 9 under, Kurt Katayama. Tied for second with 8 under, Harry English and Rory McIlroy. Tied for fourth with 7 under, Scotty Scheffler, Jordan Spieth, Patrick Cantlay, Tyrell Hatton. Tied for 8th with 6 under, Trey Mullinax and Davis Riley. Tied for 10th with 5 under, Victor Hovland, Jason Day, Cam Young, Keegan Bradley, Seth Thigley as the tie for 14th with 4 under with Matt Fitzpatrick, Ben Griffin, Pierce Gunn-Cootie, Ryan Fox, Max Homa, Francesco Molinari. Tied for 21st with 3 under, Justin Thomas, Corey Connors, and Sanjay M. Tied for 24th with 2 under, Thomas T. Tree, Justin 2, Adam Svensson, Keith Mitchell, Webb Simpson, Tony Finau, and Ludwig Aberg. Tied for 31st with 1 under, Adam Schenk, Ricky Fowler, and Adam Scott. Tied for 34th at even, Adam Putnam, Wyndham Clark, Aaron Baddeley, Danny Willett, and Joo-Hung Kim. Notables now, tied for 39th with 1 over, Siwoo Kim, Taylor Moore, Lucas Donald, Chris Kirk, Matt Neesmith, Robbie Shelton, Tyson Montgomery, Xander Schauffele, John Rahm, Brendan Todd, Emiliano Grillo, Kevin Westmoreland, and Martin Laird. Tied for 53rd at 2 over, Will Zalatoris, Ken Gooley, Ryan Palmer, Ryan Henley, Aaron Ray, David Thompson, Ben Taylor. Tied for 61st with 3 over, Alex Loren, Grayson Sink, Mackenzie Hughes, Tommy Fleetwood. Tied for 65th with 4 over, Davis Lipsky and Cole Hammer. 67th with 5 over, Shane Lowry. Tied for 68th with 8 over, Zach Johnson. Tied for 70th with 10 over, Will Gordon. 72nd with 12 over, Seamus Power. Among those cut, Pat Gazier, Cam Davis, Lucas Herbert, Taylor Hogue, JJ Spawn, Seb Straka, Colin Morikawa, Grayson Higo, Adam Hadley, Kevin Stroman, Peter Malnati, Sam Ryder, Nate Taylor, Patrick Rogers, Brett Horschel, Troy Merritt, Nate Hardy, Joseph Brumlett, Scott Stallings, Justin Rose, Hideki Matsuyama, Gary Woodland, Justin Lauer, Callum Tarrant, Christian Ziedenhout, Hayden Buckley, Bayo Hostler, Sam Burns, Taylor Pedger, Tezzer Vade, Charlie Hoffman, Aaron Weiss, Stuart Sink, Eric Cole, Lucas Hodges, Alex Smalley, Lucas Glover, Joel Dahman, Robert Brown, Luke List. Tyson Alexander was actually cut. Brian Harmon, Kevin Kisner, and withdrawing Byung Hun On and being disqualified, Kamayu Johnson. And now the Puerto Rico Open. Your winner with a score of 21 under, Nicholas Echevarria. Second with 19 under, Akshay Bhatia. Tied for third with 16 under, Cam Young and Nate Lashley. Fifth with 15 under, Michael Kim. Sixth with 14 under, Wesley Bryan. Just going to go through notables now. Tied for seventh with 13 under, Harry Higgs. Tied for 11th with 12 under, Estelanzo Goya. Tied for 15th with 11 under, Henrik Norlander. Grayson Murray. Tied for 21st with 10 under, Hank Lebioda, Richie Wierenski, Paul Haley, Victor Norman. Tied for 29th with 9 under, Scott Harrington. 32nd with 8 under, Evan Van Rooyen. Tied for 33rd with 7 under, Scott Brown, Max McGravy, Grayson Chalmers, Matthias Schmid, Kevin Roy. Tied for 40th with 6 under, Brent Grant, Andrew Landry. Tied for 44th with 5 under, Joaquin Herman, Andrew Novak, DJ Tran, Jason Dufter. Tied for 48th with 4 under, Camilo Vegas, Dylan Wu, Bryce Garnett. Tied for 54th with 3 under, Kyle Stanley. Tied for 57th with 2 under, Nate Whitey and William McGirt. Tied for 61st at even, Ryan Remore, Scott O'Hare. Tied for 64th with 1 over, Matt Trainer, MJ Daffé. 68th with 2 over, Ben Crane. Among those cut, Brian Stewart, Scott Stallings, Michael Gilglick, Sang-Moo Bay, Austin Cook, Bo Van Pelt, D.A. Point, and withdrawing Jeff Overton and Cameron Beekman. All right, now we're going to go over NASCAR results from the weekend. From Las Vegas. We'll start with the Truck Series. Your winner, Kyle Busch. Second, Zane Smith. Third, Ben Rhodes. Fourth, Corey Heim. Fifth, Ty Majeski. Sixth, Christian X. Seventh, Carson Hocevar. Eighth, Chase Birdie. Ninth, Grant Effinger. 10th, Jake Garcia. The rest, Matt Crafton, Matt DiBenedetto, Tanner Gray, Stuart Friesen, Taylor Ankrum, Dean Thompson, Kaz Gralla, Colby Howard, Daniel Dye, Lawless Allen, Max Gutierrez, Timmy Hill, Spencer Boyd, Ross Chastain, Caden Honeycutt, Matt Mills, Mason Massey, Chris Wright, Raja Caruth, Nick Sanchez, John Hunter Nemechek, Haley Deegan, Brennan Poole, Brett Holmes, and Josh Rumey. And the Xfinity Series from Vegas. Your winner, Austin Hill. So 2 for 3 this year for Austin Hill so far. Second, Justin Allgaier. Third, Cam Smith. Fourth, Kyle Busch. Fifth, Josh Berry. Sixth, John Hunter Nemechek. Seventh, Sam Meyer. Eighth, Riley Herbst. Ninth, Sheldon Creed. 10th, Dylan Hemrick. The rest, Parker Kligerman, Cole Coster, Tyler Reddick, Jeb Burton, Joe Graf Jr., Kyle Westerman, Sammy Smith, Alex Lab, Anthony Alfredo, Kyle Sieg, Brandon Jones, Brett Moffitt, Kaz Gralla, Ryan Sieg, Jeremy Clements, Raja Caruth, Ryan Ellis, Bailey Curry, Jeffrey Earnhardt, Josh Bilicki, Greg Golding, Brennan Poole, Patrick Emmerling, Wayne Perkins, Garrett Smithley, Parker Retzlaff, and Joey Gase. And the Cup Series. Your winner, William Byron. Second, Kyle Larson. Third, my pick of Alec Bowman. Fourth, Bubba Wallace. Fifth, Chris Bell. Sixth, Austin Cindric. Seventh, Martin Truex Jr. Eighth, Justin Haley. Ninth, Kevin Harvick. 10th, Daniel Suarez. The rest, Denny Hamlin, Ross Chastain, Ryan Blaney, Kyle Busch, Tyler Reddick, Eric Almirola, Brad Keselowski, AJ Allmendinger, Eric Jones, Corey LaJoie, Chris Boucher, Ty Gibbs, Ryan Preece, Ricky Stennis Jr., Michael McDowell, Harrison Burton, Austin Dillon, Chase Briscoe, Josh Berry, Noah Gragson, Todd Gilliland, BJ McGlade, JJ Ely, Ty Dillon, Cody Ware, Joey Logano. Alrighty. Now I'm going to do my picks for the World Baseball Classic. I'll make my picks for each group, and I'll go over notable players on each roster. So we'll start with Pool A. You have Chinese Taipei, the Netherlands, Cuba, Italy, and Panama. There's nobody of note on Chinese Taipei. On the Netherlands team, Hensley Mullins is the manager. He's a coach for the Rockies, so that's a notable name on part of that team. The Cuba team. Cuba doesn't have notable names on that roster either. There's some names on the Italy roster. Chris Colabello, Gavin Cecchini, Francisco Cervelli. Oh, those are in the past. So let me see. On MLB.com. So Italy, there's some prospects on this roster. Matt Harvey's on this roster, which is interesting. And the Netherlands, so Xander Bogaerts is on the Netherlands team, so is Didi Gregorius, and Drelton Simmons, Jonathan Scope. Cuba, Andy Ibanez, Jan Moncada, Yoenis Cespedes, Lewis Robert. So Cuba has some good players, and then so Panama doesn't have anybody of note. So top two make the quarterfinals. I'm going to say the Netherlands team makes it with Bogaerts. And I'm going to say the Cuban team makes it. So I'm going to say that Cuba comes in first, Netherlands second, Italy third, Panama fourth, Chinese Taipei fifth in Group A. Or Pool A. All right, Pool B is Japan, South Korea, Australia, China, and Czech Republic. So Japan, obviously Shohei Ohtani, who we all know. Masataka Yoshida, Saya Suzuki, Yu Darvish, so obviously Ohtani leads the way there. Korea, Haesung Kim, Tommy Edman, and then you have Australia. No Liam Hendricks because of non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. Whit Merrifield's on this team. China really doesn't have anybody of note, and neither does Czech Republic. Japan's going to win this. Ohtani might do it by himself. I think second is going to be South Korea, then Australia, then Czech Republic, then China. Pool C. You have United States, Mexico, Colombia, Canada, and Great Britain. Team USA isn't as loaded as it was because of some injuries. Nestor Cortez pulled out because of an injury. So, Kyle Gasioka, JT Realmuto, Will Smith, Peter Alonso, Tim Anderson, Nolan Arenado, Paul Goldschmidt, Trey Turner, Bobby Witt Jr., Mookie Betts, Jeffrey Gills, Cedric Mullins, Kyle Schwarber, Mike Trout, Kyle Tucker, and then a bunch of pitchers. Obviously Cortez pulled out, which sucks. Adam Wainwright, Kershaw pulled out, Lance Lynn, and a lot of good relievers too. Oh, Brady Singer's in there. Devin Williams is a really good reliever. Adam Ottavino on the right day. So there's some expectations here with Team USA. Mexico, you have Austin Barnes, Alejandro Kirk, Rowdy Tellez of the Brewers, Isaiah Paredes of the Rays, Luis Urias, Randy Arozarena, Sharon Duran, Alec Thomas, Alex Verdugo. Pitchers, Giovanni Gallegos is on there, Patrick Sandoval, Jose Urquidy, Taijuan Walker, Julio Urias. Colombia, Harold Rodriguez, Oscar Mercado, Gio Urshela. Canada, Bo Naylor is on here, Freddie Freeman, Abraham Toro, Tyler O'Neill. So they have some names on there. This is actually a good field. And in Great Britain, you have Harry Ford, Trace Thompson, Vance Worley, Ian Gabot. All right, USA is winning this group, no doubt. I think Mexico comes in second, Canada third, Colombia third or fourth, and Great Britain fifth. And last but not least, Pool D, Puerto Rico, Venezuela, DR, Israel, and Nicaragua. Nicaragua. So Puerto Rico. So Martin Maldonado, MJ Melendez, Christian Vasquez, Javier Baez, Edwin Diaz, Kike Hernandez, Francisco Lindor. This team's loaded too. Jose Miranda, Emmanuel Rivera, Eddie Rosario, Jose Barrios, Edwin Diaz, Emilio Pagan. Yeah, so this team absolutely stands out. Venezuela, Robinson Chirinos, Omar Navarro, Salvador Perez, Jose Altuve, Luis Arraez, Miguel Cabrera, Eduardo Escobar, Andres Jimenez, Gleyber Torres. So there's a lot of good players there. Ronald Acuna, David Peralta, Anthony Santander. A lot of good pitchers on here too. Eduardo Rodriguez. So Herman Marquez. Ranger Suarez. Dominican Republic, Nelson Cruz is on this team. Oh, goodness, I can't believe he's still playing. Francisco Mejia, Gary Sanchez, Willie Adames, Robinson Cano, Rafael Devers, Wander Franco, Vlad Jr., Manny Machado, Cato Marte, Jeremy Pena, Gene Segura, Nelson Cruz. This team's loaded. Teoscar Hernandez, Eloy Jimenez, Julio Rodriguez, Juan Soto. A lot of good pitchers, too. Brian Abreu, Sandy Alcantara, Ronty Contreras, Rafael Montero, Hector Neris. Holy crap, that team is loaded. This group is loaded too. And Israel. So you have Ryan Lavarnaway, Garrett Stubbs, Jock Peterson's on this team. Their pitching's not great, though. And then Nicaragua, they have a good pitching team, but their offense is not existent. They're going to easily finish in 5th. And Israel's going to finish in 4th. But now the question is, who are going to be the top 3? I would say Dominican Republic first, Puerto Rico second, Venezuela third. That is a loaded group. And then the quarterfinals will be the top 4 in each group. So I don't know how. So it would be the Pool B runner-up, Pool A winner. So it's kind of like the World Cup in a way. So I have winning Pool A, Cuba, and I have Netherlands second. So and then Pool B runner-up, I have I think I took Australia or South Korea. I think I took South Korea. So, Pool A winner, I have Cuba. So, I'm going to go Cuba over South Korea. Pool A runner-up, I have Netherlands. And the Pool B winner, I have Japan. So I have Japan advancing there. And then the Pool C winner, I have the United States. And the Pool D runner-up, I have Puerto Rico. I'm going to pick USA to advance there. And then Dominican Republic against Mexico, I'm going to go with the Dominican Republic. And then it'd be the A winner against the D winner. And how my bracket would shake out, it would be Dominican Republic against Cuba, so I would have DR there. And then USA against the Pool B winner, which I have being Japan and Ohtani. I'm going to have US beating Ohtani. And in the championship, I have USA and the Dominican Republic. That is a loaded game. I think Dominican Republic has more star power than the U.S. I hope I'm wrong here, but I'm going to pick the Dominican Republic to win the 2023 World Baseball Classic. All right, now I'm going to move on to news and notes. I'm going to try to do it as rapid fire as possible. Doesn't matter sport. Rogers money key in a trade as suitors for Rogers would want to rework or have Rogers eat some of the $58 million guaranteed in any trade. The Rams are willing to trade Allen Robinson. The Bears won't rush number one pick trade as GM Ryan Poles tells Peter King he knows he can get 2 future first-round picks for a top choice in this draft. The first NFL or NHL brothers trade, Coyotes and Flames involving Brett and Nick Ritchie. John Klingberg was traded to the Minnesota Wild in a last-second move before the deadline. John Morant is away from the Grizzlies indefinitely because of that Instagram Live video, as it appeared to display a gun. I don't think we're going to see John Morant for like a week, honestly. John Jones wins UFC 285 over Cyril Green after a 3-year layoff. Jalen Brunson missed last night's Knicks game due to foot soreness. Jordan Addison likes the Steelers as he would love a reunion with Kenny Pickett. He says, come get me. Hendon Hooker to be ready for the season as he's on track to be ready in the NFL for the season opener after tearing his ACL in November. Udonis Haslam to retire. He says he's done no matter what happens. Luka Doncic pushed for the Kyrie trade, which is interesting. Luka also called out Devin Booker and says, next time don't wait until there's 3 seconds left to talk. Goran Dragic plans to join the Bucks for the rest of the season. The Raiders may bring back Jared Stidham. At least 2 other teams have been in contact with Derek Carr outside the Saints, Jets, and Panthers. Lamar Jackson may get the non-exclusive tag, which allows the Ravens to either match or decline a deal for Lamar in exchange for 2 first-round picks. Raiders plan to tag Josh Jacobs. The Jets are the favorites to sign Derek Carr. The Cowboys are ready to tag Tony Pollard. Carson Wentz wants to keep playing. Major League Baseball psychologist Mike Clevenger will not face discipline after investigation into domestic violence allegations against him. Vlad Guerrero Jr. is not playing in the WBC with right knee discomfort. And the Dodgers are the early favorites for Shohei Ohtani as after LA's lack of LA's offseason moves. Steph Curry came back yesterday against the Lakers. Jonathan Isaac out for the year. Season-ending surgery on adductor muscle just 11 games after returning from torn ACL. Brandon Clark tears his Achilles out for the year for the Grizzlies. No timetable on Ben Simmons. Norman Powell out at least a week with left shoulder subluxation. The men's Wooden Award finalists are out. Zach Edey leads the way, as well as Oscar Tshiebwe. Garrett Cole praises the pitch clock. He says that he's a fan. Andrew Painter getting tests on his elbow as he came in with a tender elbow after a spring debut on Wednesday. Daniel Jones wants over $45 million a year as he's looking for an even bigger payday on his extension, which is crazy. He should not get $40 million a year or more than that. I would do 35, maybe 37. It's sort of like the Derek Carr contract with the Raiders. That's what I would do. Hockey trades before the deadline. Sabres got Jordan Greenway for 2023 second, 2024 fifth. Penguins get Dmitry Kulikov from the Ducks for Brock McGinn. And the Devils get Curtis Lazar for a 2024 fourth-round pick. And Tom Fitzgerald, the Devils GM, says that Luke Hughes will be joining the Devils soon after college, which is the brother of Jack Hughes. All right, last but not least, my best bet of the day brought to you by FanDuel. There was one that jumped out on me. I'm going to only do it for a quarter unit. It's in the NHL. It's a total. And it's an over 6 between the Flames and the Stars. Minus 102. So I'm going to lay a quarter unit over 6, minus 102. Between the Flames and the Stars. All right, so that's it for the show today. I'll be back tomorrow recapping everything and looking ahead to everything tomorrow as well. Have a great day, everyone.